Hello and welcome to another episode, and an empty workshop for a change. Well, apart from that piece of crap in the corner. It's not going to stay like this though. We have a stupidly busy week. So it's Monday morning. Today we have a basics training course here with two guys. So that's today written off. I'll try and get some footage if I can, but I can't promise anything because I'm on my own. Tomorrow and Wednesday is exciting but hard work. I have Al Harris from Crusade and Peter Nilsson, who's a drifter. They have both bought two, but they have bought two, but one each. They've bought two IS200 Lexus, both black, and they're bringing them both down for me to detail two of them in 2 days. So yeah, that's going to be a busy couple of days, going to be a great crack. Al and Peter are a great laugh, spend a lot of time with them on the Crusade rallies. Yeah, it's going to be carnage here for 2 days. So, but I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film of that. I hope quite a bit because they're both a pair of characters and it'd be a good crack. So that's Tuesday and Wednesday written off. Probably some late nights as well. We'll see. Thursday we have an X5 for coating. I think it's a possibility, and also a Land Rover Discovery being dropped off for some correction work. Followed by the weekend when we have a show that we are attending in Bath, and I will get some footage for that because that's going to be a lot of cool cars. And it's the first show of the year for us, apart from our open day. It's our first exterior show that we're looking forward to. So yeah, I've got to pack and prepare for that, as well as all that happening this week, as well as anything else that rings on the phone or emails or drops on the mat. So we'll see. Let's see how it pans out. It's going to be a long one. There's going to be lots of coffee involved, but I'm going to bring you along for the journey, hopefully. And yeah, let's get through it. Right, first thing, I need to finish setting up for the training, so I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
And that's the first day of the week out of the way. So training's done. You can see I managed to actually surprise myself and get more video than I actually thought I was going to. Yeah, it's not great, it's not me talking through anything, but unfortunately my time is taken by the trainees, but you get an idea of what happens on a basic training course. So that's day one out of the way. I'm just finishing up, tidying up, ready for the arrival of the terrible twosome tomorrow for the next 2 days, where it's going to be absolute carnage here. So at least if it's tidy when I start, at least yeah, that'll make me feel a bit better, but it certainly won't be tidy at the end. So that's it, guys. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it's another morning at the academy here. It's now Thursday, I've lost track of all time. It's been a crazy last couple of days with Al and Peden here, working on their secret project cars. I couldn't do any filming for you because it's for their channel. So you will see that when it comes out. So please go and subscribe to their channel, which is We Crusade. There's going to be some serious fun on those cars. The last couple of days has been mental. As I said, I'm absolutely shattered. I think we finished it, I think it was easily gone midnight on Tuesday night. And then last night we finished at 1 a.m. So, I got into bed at 1 a.m. So yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days, but wow, so much fun. And they are some really cool projects. The videos are going to be great. So please, as I said, go and subscribe to their channel. It's going to be very, very entertaining, especially what we've done in the last couple of days here. So yeah, go and see that. So yeah, I apologize, obviously don't have any content from that or anything to video for you, but trust me, when it comes out on their channel, it'll be worth watching. There's been plenty of video in. But anyway, getting back to me and the academy and what we've got coming up. We still have to prepare for the show on Sunday, which is Cars on the Green in Bath. So I'm looking forward to that. There's going to be some great cars there. We have a trade stand selling products and things, so yeah, I still have to prepare for that. And also we have this Land Rover Discovery behind me, which is in for the next couple of days. We have a quick interior clean with a few little things. I think they mentioned the roof lining and that, so I'm so tired. I don't even really know what's going on. So I think I'm just going to float through this car, headphones in, just float through as if, nothing's going on really, just autopilot basically. So it's probably going to end up with a full interior clean because I haven't got the brain capacity to actually remember what they wanted. So I'm just going to do the lot, and then they're going to be happy with that. So that's fine. Outside, we need to do a quick machine polish on it, which if you guys our detailers or valeters, black is a color that unfortunately quick doesn't really work with because of the way it reflects light. It shows every single mark. So some cars you can get away with like a heavy single stage because you can't see the haze or whatever from the heavy polish and heavy pad, but on black you can't get away with that. So you can only ever use like a light polish in a single stage. So we'll see. We'll see. I've done many a Discovery in my time, and I've even known one, and they sometimes have quite soft paint from Jaguar. So we'll see. But, yeah, I've done some black Land Rovers and Range Rovers before, and they've all been relatively easy to play with. So I'm pretty confident we can make this look really good with very minimal effort. So that's my project today. As I said, it's now Thursday, so I need to get this done. I'm finished tomorrow, so that's Saturday. We'll just be packing the Elgrand, getting ready for this show. So, right guys, I'm going to get either a time lapse. I'm shattered. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to get a time lapse set up, probably, and do some filming and talk you through some of the things I'm doing. So I'll see you in a bit, guys. I'm also going to go and get a coffee and try not to fall asleep. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hi guys, quick update. So it's a lot later on in the day. I've drank lots of coffee just to keep me going. It's one of them, if I sit down I'm going to fall asleep. So I've stayed on my feet all day and I've got on with Discovery. As soon as I get home, I'm crashed. As soon as I sit down, I'm gone. I may even be face down in my tea tonight just to sleep, so hopefully not, but we'll see. So I got on with the Discovery. Got it all washed, chemical decontamination, de-ironed, de-tarred, and then we brought it in for claying. I used our traditional clay bar for all the hard areas, the areas with the most contaminants, the areas of high traffic, like bottoms of the doors and things like that. So for that, and then I used the clay ball, which is our Sonax clay ball, for just everywhere else because it's just nice to hold in the hand and it's easy to use, especially when you're tired. So yeah, I used that. It also takes about the worry, if you drop it on the floor, it doesn't really matter because if you get any grit or anything or dirt on there, you can just wash it off, wipe it down, and then you can just carry on. So they have a really long lifespan, compared to normal clay, traditional clay. If you drop it on the floor, it's got to go in the bin. So yeah, that's why I used that. So once I finished claying, it was time to look at polishing, and as I spoke about earlier, it's just a single stage, just a one-step polish on this. So I have to try and find a solution to give me the best results with just one step. There's a few factors that you have to think about when this happens. Like when you get a car for a one step, is the first thing is what's the color. You know, silvers, greys, whites, they don't reflect well. The way they reflect the light doesn't tend to show up much imperfections, so they're a lot easier to work with. And if you have a black car, or you're a detailer, a valeter, you know, whatever you are, this is the worst color, black. Simple as that. It shows every single little mark. So yeah, they look great when they're polished, but they're a pain to get them like it, especially with just a one step. You have to think about that for a start. The second thing you have to think about is what type of paint it is. You can make normal educated guesses, but it's getting harder now because manufacturers are using different types of paint throughout their range of vehicles. Even from color to color, it can vary. So, you know, the old school Jap paint's soft, German paint's hard. That's not necessarily the case anymore. I've polished BMWs which have super soft paint. I've polished Japanese cars which have concrete for paint. So it doesn't really apply much longer. So, but having said that, normally Jaguar Land Rover vehicles err on the side of soft. So having polished quite a few of these in my time, and I've owned one as well, so I have good experience with this paint, and it does correct up pretty well. So you can get away with a lot on this. So I did a few little test patches, so probably be best if I grab a light a second. So let's get the light and I'll show you what we're dealing with here. So I hope you can see the overall condition of the paint here. I'll give you a quick run around. I'm sure you can see from that this is pretty much what 95% of black cars look like on the road. Lots of it, we have some marks and stuff on the wing mirror and that, which I may need to pay a bit more attention to, depending on how bad they are. Some of those feel pretty deep. A lot of it looks like paint transfer though. There's a few deep ones, but some's just, you know, soft. I don't know what they've hit, but that's paint transfer. So we should be able to solve that. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked now. You can tell I'm tired. So basically I tried a few different combinations. So, you know, if you're doing a single stage, the first thing for me personally, and you guys may be different, you may have a different opinion. If I'm going to do a single stage, I leave the rotary on the wall. And that's the reason, because with a rotary, the way it works, it is the most, I can't think of the word. I apologize for this. It's the highest performing polisher, basically, the rotary. I finally got there in the end. So yeah, it has the highest performance. There we are. I've got it now. It has the highest performance. So it polishes very fast, gives you great polishing results, and it's the fastest tool to use. Now that's okay, but it has a downside. It has a tendency, as most of you guys know, to leave holograms. So for me, and I've polished with a rotary for, to be fair, when I started, there was no other types of machines. There was no dual actions and things. I mean, we're talking 15 plus years ago. Anything like that was in America. Detailing and polishing and stuff was very limited over in the UK. So I started with a rotary and I polished up until probably 6-7 years ago with a rotary. So I can, and it's not me sounding, you know, arrogant or anything like that, I can polish this with a rotary and not leave holograms, but, and I say that because I'm not being arrogant, but there's still a risk. I still can. It's just the nature of the beast, the nature of the machine. So that's why it stays on the wall, because I don't need to take the risk, especially with the technology now that Sonex has, and the polisher technology that's moving on. You can get very, very good results with other machines. So my favorite machine for one-step polishing is the Flex XCE, which is this one. I have the cordless version. Corded rotaries, corded force rotation is on my shopping list. I will get one soon. But at the moment I have the cordless one, which is fine. It's great. And the reason why it's great, if you know the force rotation, is that it's a hybrid between a rotary and a dual action. So it's like a dual action where it oscillates off of itself, so it orbits itself on the polishing stroke, but both of those movements, unlike a DA, are geared. So it's gear driven forced rotation. Yeah, a few companies call them different names. So basically what it means is that you can't stall the pad anymore. Like a dual action is an orbital polisher, which, you know, in the same sense, it needs momentum to keep that second movement because most of them are free spinning. So with that takes away the worry of pad stall. If the pad stalls out with the dual action, you know, you're not polishing anymore, you're just vibrating, which is not great. So if you take a forced rotation, don't need to worry about pad stall anymore. You do have better polishing performance because of that, but you do have a bit more of a risk of holograms, but it's nothing like a rotary risk. So this is my favorite. So what I tried a few different things. I came up with a solution in the end. The first one I tried was the solution, and it's not because I'm a know-all, it's just luck really. I just had a look at the paint, I knew it's quite soft, and I made a guess with my years of experience and using the wrong things, you know. You learn when you do things wrong, you know. You pick up a polisher and a pad and a polish and you go, this is going to solve it. And then you try it and you go, that's not solved it. And that sits in your head and you learn from that. So I made a good guess, and if I grab a light, I had a light. I don't know what I've done with it. I'll grab another one. Oh, no, okay. It's one of those days. I'll use this one instead. So this was my first test batch. And as you can see, of course, there is still some scratches. But this is just a one step. But we've gone from this, you know, and even if I take that away, you can see actually in this light the nasty scratching, and we've gone to this, which is lovely, highly reflective, and as it shows, it's quite soft paint. So the level of correction is incredible for just a one step. So it's not perfect. There is still some deeper swirls and scratches and things. So in direct light, it won't be 100%. I mean, I don't know if you can see on this angle. Maybe if I move around. To be honest, I'll be honest with you, this camera is making it look slightly better than it actually is. I don't know why, but it is. So there are some swirl marks there, but in the sunlight, it's not going to be as bad as what it looks here, which isn't bad. I didn't mean that. It's a tiredness kicking in. It's not going to be as obvious as what it is in here with 15 light sources. Yeah, so, but that's fine. But that was just a quick test spot anyway, so I didn't go wild. But I thought, maybe I can get some better cutting. So what I did then was I used a red DA pad. I don't know why I'm walking. Let me get back over here. A red DA pad. So, and I used X-Cut 5.5, okay? And I still used it on the forced rotation because I was lazy and I didn't want to worry about pad stall. Bear with me, I will get through this, I promise. I will do it. Willpower. In fact, more coffee. 1 second. Right. Right. Yes, I didn't want to worry about pad stall, so I'm just being lazy. So that's what I used with a red DA cutting pad. And the result I got is this. Now, yeah, you can see, this is good. I'm glad of that. So over here, that's not polished, extremely bad. Lots of medium, you know, scratches, light swirls, etc. And then this one here. Now, as I moved the camera around, as I move the light around, you can see that there is swirls, but they're very, very light because they've come from the polish. Because of the pad, we changed to a red pad, which is a harder pad. We've improved cutting massively. I don't know if you can see, we've improved cutting massively. We've removed, I would say, 90 to 95% of defects, actually probably more. But unfortunately, and I don't know if you can see, there is a horrible, here we are, that's a good angle, that's a good, but you can see this horrible greying. So over here, even though it's swirled up, if I move the light away, it's quite you know, you can see that graying as I move over. I mean, it's about, it looks like holograms, but you can see that graying and lots of micro scratches. And that's because the red pad is hard. It's harder than the green pad that I'm using in cut and finish. And therefore that increases the cutting. And because this is quite a soft paint, you end up with micro scratching from the abrasives and the pad. So even though the cutting's better, the finishing is not good. So that's not a solution. Okay, so it's a shame because that gives us better cutting, and we have removed pretty much all of the defects. The only trouble is we would need a second step. We would need another step with a lighter polish to finish that. And that is a two-step, and that's not what the customer is paying for, or what the customer is wanting, shall we say. It's both the same thing, but it sounds better. It's not down to money for the customer. It's just not something they want on this vehicle. So, yeah, so that was it. So I carried on. I started polishing and I got down one side, and I will show you. This is the horrific before, and then now I've really set myself up, haven't I? Overselling it is horrific, and then if my result isn't any much better, I'm gonna look like an idiot. Luckily, it is. So you can see there is a few deeper scratches, but there would be no reason to go chasing them. But overall, you know, thanks to the Jaguar Land Rover paint, there will still be some residues around because I haven't wiped it down or put anything on it. So it's actually going to look better. It will actually look better when we put a coating on, because that will improve gloss levels further, because that's the nature of our coating. So therefore, yeah, it's going to look even better. And I think for just a one step, that is a fantastic result. And I know the customer is going to be happy. So yeah, in fact, actually the coating I'm going to use, I will show you, is you've seen it before, Sonax Profiline Speed Protect wax, because again, the customer just wants a basic wax. This will last 3 to 4 months. It will give great beading. It gives amazing gloss, and it feels like glass. It's so slick. So yeah, it's not a low quality coating. It's just not as durable as some of our others. I'm nearly there. I'm gonna nail this. Yeah. So in fact, I'm gonna nail it because I'm gonna end it there, and then I'm done. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to do a bit more polishing tonight before I go home. I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to have a really good night, sleep, and then I'm going to come in tomorrow and I'm going to get this Land Rover finished, because Saturday I need to prepare that thing. And then, yeah, prepare for the show. See, my mind's pickled. I even forgot I was going to a show. I know I've got to watch that and prepare it, but I totally forgot what it's for. So, right, that's it. Anyway, that's the end of this episode, guys, because I've talked for way too long. So I'll have to end it there. Otherwise, you guys will be bored. So thanks for watching. I will continue on the Land Rover in the next episode and let you know anything else that happens. Prepare the RX-7. Get ready for a show. So please like, subscribe, and hit the notifications button to keep up to date with anything we put out. We did a how-to on a snow foam, which hopefully you've watched. If you haven't, go and watch it. I will try and do a how-to on the single step polishing and what I'm doing, and show you actually how I'm achieving it, so you can actually believe it rather than just going, no, that's not one step. But that's the power of Sonax. If you haven't used our compounds yet or our polishes, get a bottle, and you too can realize how fast you can get a result like that. So yeah, I'm blabbing again, guys. I'm tired. So yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. How do you find a better solution on Land Rover paint? Have you used anything else that gets a better result in one step? Hit me up in the comments and let me know. To be fair, is any help? Yeah, like, we're all learning. I have a lot of experience with, over 15 years I've been detailing, but every day we learn. So we can learn from each other. So if you have a better solution that you've come across, let me know. Right, that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next episode.